It's another wonderful day, and we're right here on the Kobbyjay Show, right on your favorite YouTube channel at Wisdom TV. My name is Kobbyjay, and today I have another exciting interview for you with one of Ghana's very finest gentlemen. Yeah, I call him a gentleman because he's a very fine gentleman. Once he comes on set, you are going to notice that for yourself, and you know he's a real gentleman, as I said. The name is Kobbyjay. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, I introduce my guest, and then we have an interview. We're right here back with my guest, as I told you earlier on, and today I have a very fine gentleman here. The ladies who crush on dark skin guys. He's very dark and he's a gentleman actually. And you know, I won't lie to you if he's not a gentleman. Yes, you might not describe me as a gentleman, but he's a gentleman. Like, if I'm telling you he's a gentleman, he's a gentleman. The name is, or what I know is Anansesem. Chairman, welcome.
Fine, thank you.
Anansesem, who is Anansesem?
First of all, let me say a very big thank you for actually hosting me. It's much a pleasure. So, what will I say? And I say, okay, let me start by my name. My name is Nathaniel Quaye.
Okay,
people know
Nathaniel
Quaye. Yeah, Nathaniel Quaye.
And
Nathaniel Quaye. It's my name, like my name. And as I said, the name came very funny. So before I started blogging, I started blogging. Yeah, and before I started blogging, there was this blog I was following. There was this guy who is a blogger I was following. So his name was Nanansem. Nanansem. So prior to that, anytime I see that name, I mention it as Anansesem. Funny enough.
Oh, okay.
Anytime I see the name, I mention Anansesem.
Okay.
But I was one day going to school, and like, I think something drew my attention. I got to no, it wasn't Anansesem, but it was Nanansem.
So all along you didn't know it was Nanansem?
Honestly, no. No.
Wow.
No. So when I got to know, I was like, okay, then since there is no Anansesem, I am Anansesem.
But you know, in Ghana, Anansesem means something else.
Yes, like probably story, like probably like telling a story.
So how did people take the name Anansesem?
I think because growing up, we all know the Kobbyjay story and we know Anansesem. So I think it sounds a bit okay. I know this name, so it like. And like people know the name.
There's no more news.
Yes, people know the name. So if you're Anansesem, okay. So if some people make like it's like I've heard your name somewhere, like okay, it is me. Yes, and before I first of all, because I'm Anansesem, so I started with Anansesem Media, and so if I am Anansesem and I am Kweku, so I used to call myself Kweku Anansi.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow.
But it got to a time. You see, in our job, you get people who would want to probably do advertisement. They'll give you money to do A, B, and C for him. And we all know what Kweku does in those stories. He's kind of mischievous. He's like, he's cunning.
Okay.
So if you tell somebody I'm Kweku, the person will be like, hey,
there's a question mark. A very big one.
Exactly.
A very big one.
But probably my character might be opposite.
So names really have effects.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So I thought it was okay. Even though people like love the name Kweku, like it's quite a common name, like growing up. But I felt where I want to go, I don't have to make people trust me.
Sure.
In fact, they have to trust me, like genuinely.
Sure.
So I don't have to even have a name that would make me like, what if
people think twice about it?
Yes.
Sure.
So I had to switch to be the me, Nathaniel Quaye. But if not, I would have used Kobbyjay. Because
but you still use the Anansesem Media?
Yeah, I use Anansesem Media, I have Anansesem Production, and I used to, my blog site was ananserights.com.
Okay, is it still in existence?
No, I have some technical issues because It's a long story.
Now every blogger in Ghana has technical issues with their blogs.
No.
Even Kobbyjay website has technical issues, so we understand. I think it has become part of the job, and it has come to stay.
Yeah.
Most bloggers are trying to move from the writing to the social media.
But mine isn't like that. You know why? Personally, I love writing.
Okay.
See, video, like, no, mine is writing. Mine, you know what happened? You see, I cannot trust people very easily. So there was this tech guy, I handed my site to him. So probably if there's any technical issues, he should actually know.
Like your IT background.
Exactly, he should actually sort it out. So the guy actually sold my account, sold my site. So that is it, yeah. So I asked him, my domain got expired. I gave him money to actually renew. He didn't. He was giving me excuses. Oh, today, oh, tomorrow.
I'm just imagining how bad you would have felt.
Like, see, and so it got to a time I got fed up with him. I was like, okay, fine, he should take the money. He didn't refund the money to me, and he has not even refunded the money to me.
Bad.
And so I was one day like, okay, let me check if the site probably
is working.
I typed Inustry-Nathaniel and it's now an electrical shop, online electrical shop, yeah, up to now. So from there, I got disappointed. This is somebody I've worked with. This is somebody I have managed his business. Like, so these are like, you see, these are issues. These are issues, you know, when we face among ourselves. I feel it's something very, very, very bad. So as to me trusting another person again would be quite, like, you know, difficult. But it's all for the greater good.
Sure.
It's all for the greater good.
I think you living the website has also given you different platforms to work with.
A lot, because it also gave me the chance to actually work with young PRs. That's
my boss.
Yes, with Mystic.
And so Mystic, wherever you are, a big shout out to you. You've been a boss to like a lot of people.
Exactly.
And the fact is, I really respect that guy.
Exactly.
Just people don't know him.
Yeah.
So people are always thinking different for him.
So I think when he asked me, what about his site? Like, oh, my site, this happened to my site. So, okay, Young PRs is available. Treat it as your own. Any content you have, publish it onto Young PRs until probably you want to.
You get your own.
So we started writing. He gave me stuff I write, and like, you know, I got stuck with Young PRs. And even I think 3 days ago, I was actually made the managing editor of Young PRs. Yeah.
Hey, boss. The money is coming, right? The money is coming. I understand the job. So I am technically speaking to the managing editor for Young PRs, right? Young PRs, and then he's a blogger, public relations person.
Yes.
And then
you see,
advertiser.
You see.
You're a whole media.
I'm a whole thing, but I want to limit myself to, like, I'm a blogger.
Oh, okay.
You know why?
Okay.
Because when you tend to do so many things, like even as much as I can do all these things, you know, you defining yourself makes it look so big. If you're a blogger, you're a blogger.
Sure.
If you are an advertiser, you're an advertiser. You see, like, you know, people can do so many things, but I feel when you are being noted for one thing, it gives you an identity.
Yeah.
So those things comes with, like, probably, okay, maybe obviously you can do this, you can do that, but when you have like an identity, let's look at somebody like Shatawale, for instance. Shatawale came in the game as a dancehall artist. People recognize him as what? A dancehall artist. So he was being given the accolade as what? A dancehall artist.
Yeah.
So when he actually had his fame, he had these people, because we realized, okay, Shatawale is not only a dancehall artist, he's doing a bit of high life, he's doing a bit of hip life. You can see Shatawale even doing some rap or rap.
And he does a little gospel.
Exactly.
In his own style.
Exactly. So in as much as he does all those things, he's still being identified as what? A dancehall artist.
And now the dancehall king.
Exactly. So if you don't have an identity, you sometimes make people confuse you of who you are.
Sure.
So personally, I read news. I read news.
Okay.
In fact, so.
So you know you're a blogger.
Blogger. Yeah.
So let's come back to your personal life. Now we know who Inustry-Nathaniel Quaye.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about education.
Yeah. Education. So let me say right from infancy, I started from I think Emmanuel Crèche at Lasebiokoshi.
Okay.
From Emmanuel Crèche, I moved to Royal Gospel. From Royal Gospel, I think around I was somewhere 11, 12. You know, I happened to live with my stepmom, and you know, some stepmoms are a bit away. Some,
yeah,
not all of them. So some of them,
they all have a little bit of it.
Yeah. So I think mine was not really good for me.
Wow.
So the maltreatment was there, very bad, very bad. So it got to a time I had to run away from my dad's end and stay with my grandmother, of which I stay with my great grandmother as well.
Oh, okay.
May their soul rest in peace. So I actually stayed with them for a while at Bukum.
Okay.
So you know Bukum life, stubborn.
But you don't look like one.
Exactly.
You don't look like one.
Exactly.
You look like someone from the castle from like.
So you know, you see, sometimes I write like, hey, where we come from, tell you where we come from. You know, sometimes even we can't even afford the bread. But now, let me say, by God's grace, right now we are bakers.
Sure.
Right now we are bakers.
Sure. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
So you know that's where I'm from. And when I went, I wasn't schooling anyway.
Okay.
I wasn't schooling, but when they bring their homework, I teach them.
Whoa.
When there's something being written on screens, I tend to read and explain.
Junior teacher.
Exactly. So my people are like, no, this guy has something in him.
Okay.
If we make it go waste, then like it would be worse. So they actually told my dad, said, no, you have to find a way to put him in school. So my dad also came for me and actually moved to Ofanko. My dad also has a house at Ofanko.
Okay.
So we moved to Ofanko, and actually he took me to Yahweh Experimental. It's actually
so you have been in the private schools?
Yeah, couple.
Okay.
So from Yahweh Experimental class 3, I think class 4, I went to the government school, St. Peter's Anglican, and for I think 4, 5, 6, I moved from St. Peter's Anglican and I went to a private school again. That is Confidence. That is where I completed JHS.
Oh, okay.
From Confidence Academy, I think I wrote my papers. I had Odogono. But the funny thing is, I didn't go to Odogono.
Why?
So you know, during our time, when the schools comes, probably you buy your provisions, you go report to the schools, check if your name is there. So okay, then my name was there. So, okay, then I'll go for the second time. I went to the second time. The place is full. So the option was, it's either I sit home and
For second term.
for the second year, probably when my batch is going for the second year, then I'll come to first. It's like, hey, no, I can't do that. So I think there was this lady I used to play basketball. So
okay.
I used to play basketball. So I think my colleague sister was attending a school of which in the word tie. So Charlie, the school uniform was I swear it was like see the uniform was very great. So I was like, no, then I would like to. So I actually made inquiries about the school, and it was also a private school. So I made inquiries and told my dad, Charlie, I can't stay. So I went to SHS at now Senior High at Media Kotuku, Ajin Kotuku.
Yeah, NAS. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm actually a product of now Senior High.
Okay.
So now Senior High, first and second term, third term, I became the school prefect anyways.
Whoa.
Yeah, like, and even before that, even when I was in classes, I was still the school prefect. It's crazy, but my life hasn't been so good. Like, you know, Charlie, it's been like a lot of challenges right from the beginning. More treatment. So like the fear and
then the hardcore life is mashed up together.
Yeah. And but still, no, like whatever I've been through, no, it didn't change the real me. It didn't really change the real me, because like I've seen a lot. Like, you know, I've eaten.
Oh, no, let it come. I think I'm interested in this.
I think some of the food. I've eaten bangkong and sugar. Bangkong and sugar.
Okay.
Bangkong and sugar. Bangkong and palm, like the oil.
The oil, kinky with sugar. Gari with just sugar, no granite, salt.
No. Bangkong. Now they are both sugar anymore. Now it. You see, those were the kind of things I was. I have no option because of stepmom's maltreatment.
But you don't look like one.
You see, and whatever you go through, it shapes you.
You don't have to let it define you.
It shapes you. So me, if I have one CD,
you know how to manage it.
I know how to, and I know the value. Because from the beginning, nobody was even paying attention to you.
Sure.
So and today you have one CD.
Sure.
See, it
means a lot.
It means a lot. See, and you see, that's where you think, okay, see, you are not my competition. I am my own competition. Because see, whatever somebody is doing is not what you are seeing. Because where you are coming from, you know how you started. So where you are is even enough.
So you take my mind straight to Sister Fierson. Where we come from, one in me.
Exactly.
It has been one of my favorite.
Exactly.
Now let's go deep down into the media thing, the blogging thing.
Okay.
How did it all start?
So, I think when I completed AHUSHES3, I became depressed. So I felt okay, I need to do something for myself.
Sure.
So I wrote to, let me say, James Gardner. I wanted to become an actor, so I wrote to James Gardner. I wrote to a couple of celebrities, and I wrote to Ami Aldebra. I was seeing Ami Aldebra, like, okay, I didn't know what blogging was, but I know I was following. I don't know how I even came to follow Ami Aldebra. So I wrote to Ami Aldebra, and the funny thing is, Ami Aldebra replied me.
Okay.
He replied me, and he gave me a WordPress account, a free plan to actually register. I had no idea. The internet thing was not my thing. See, like Facebook, Rampono, I
was very far from you.
See, I was on Facebook, but I didn't understand how it works. So when Ami Aldebra sent me the link, okay, then I want to be a journalist. See, I had no idea. But since he told me I should register, I didn't know how it works. I tried clicking on the link. See, I didn't hear
a whole lot of, like, I used to read.
I didn't understand. Even as I could read, but to comprehend was not something. So okay, then I'll go to a journalism school, then read more on journalism, then probably I'll actually have a fair idea of it. So I attended Crystal Galaxy College.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm a product of Crystal Galaxy College. Okay. So by then I was a teacher, a people's teacher.
Okay.
So I was an evening student at Crystal Galaxy. I go to work, then in the evening I go to school. But I got to a time I felt I was delaying. Like probably the evening you are not being given so much because
yeah.
So I had to switch and be a regular student. That means I had to stop teaching, and it was a whole difficult moment, but I had to embrace it.
Yeah.
Sometimes within a month I can go to school like 2 times, like 2 or 3 times. Because of fans, yes. Lorry fair, and even if you go to school, the school, school life. And one fortunate thing is when it's time for exams, I know people who come to school a lot. I go for their notes. And the funny thing is, I know the question that the teacher will set.
Yeah, you study on your own.
The study camp, then I don't even have notes. So when we are about writing exams, like I sit with you, what have you studied into? I pick this question, I pick this question. We'll go to the exams hall. Then all the questions will drop. Then I'll answer. Then I pass.
Wow.
So my colleagues got to know. So anytime it's exams, we normally sit together, we share
group studies.
Yeah, group studies. And I wasn't the type who also come to school, but I don't know. I was very smart, and I know. Okay, this question is likely to drop. This is not likely to drop. This is likely to drop, and that was what was favoring me.
Don't you think it's because you were in the teaching field?
Teaching field. Okay. I don't know, but maybe I don't know. I pick I picked the questions, and I think so maybe, who knows, maybe that could also be a factor.
Sure.
So I think so I tend to make some friends here and there. But then I was very shy of the camera. So when it's time for radio, I don't go. When it's time for practicals, I won't go. When it's time for exams, I'll come and write and pass.
You were more into the writing.
Exactly. So I was in the same school with Pizarro.
GH Pizarro.
Oh, okay. So Pizarro was a blogger. The Pizarro was a blogger whilst he was in school.
Okay.
So I told Pizarro, okay, I want to be a blogger. So Pizarro was the first person who taught me, okay, so this is how a blog site looks like. So this is how the story will look. That is how you publish. So that was how I got to know. Okay, so this is how. So
I think that took you back to what Amaya Deborah saying.
Exactly. But by then, he only showed me, but I have not published a story before.
Okay.
But even from
another trouble.
So even from there, I was calling myself a blogger.
Yeah.
So right from school, like people were doing radio, people were doing TV, but I was the only student who was into blogging. That was my class. So I think before I would join the mornings class, I was an evening student by then. So I was probably, why I take my inspiration from the bathroom. When I'm bathing, if anything great I want to do, I have to imagine it in the bathroom.
Okay.
Then it comes. So I was bathing, like probably when I'm about completing, they said they are going to probably award students who are going to do so well. Me, the school, I don't go. Exams too, I pass, but people, Charlie, then they pass. Attendance also counts. At the school self, I know they count. So what will help me? But I told God, say, God, I want to be part of those students that when they are probably we are completing, my name will be mentioned for me to win something on my awarding.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, I was awarded the best student blogger of my year.
Wow.
You know the funny thing, like it was crazy. I didn't know, unexpected, and my time was I would say my time was the first time we had a blogger as a student.
I'm just imagining the joy.
Hey, like a boy from Bukum, right? Hey, it's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy, and I was very happy. And even as of then, I still didn't know how to publish a story.
But you had won
the best because I could write. Wow. And I'll give it to someone and the person will publish a story. Okay. So I think after that, when I actually graduated, I was home and a friend recommended me to a blog site, I think Pledge Multimedia from I think Cape Coast. So I write for him and he publishes.
Okay.
I write for him and he publishes. And there was another blog site I was also writing for, I think 24 News or so.
24 News GH.
Yes, something like that.
Is it Milano?
Minkai, I don't remember the person.
Because I know 24 News.
No, it's not Milano. There was something 24, something 24.
Oh, okay.
Something 24. Yes, let me correct that. Something 24. Okay. So I think he was the one who gave me the opportunity to publish on his site. So the first time I made a blog publication, I was excited. Hey, one achievement made. See, but
which year are we talking about?
I think somewhere 2017, 2018.
Oh, okay.
2018, yeah, 2018.
Okay.
No, sorry. I completed. No, 2019. 2019. I completed Kista Galaxy Trials 2019.
Okay.
So 2019, I know say right now, no, I'm out of school. At least I understand the media firm a bit. I understand the media firm. So okay, now I can publish a story. So 2019, 2020, we had COVID.
Yeah.
So COVID, by then I was doing a little, advertisement. Oh, 30 cedis, 40 cedis, 30 cedis. For sometimes, oh man,
you have to show us the way. You have to show us the way because some of us we don't know the way. We are blind.
It's you see.
You have to show us the way.
I think when I was in school, I didn't take anything. The only thing I took from my teacher was he said, when you're coming out, one of the most important things is contacts.
Okay.
Build contacts.
Yeah.
So me, all my life, I love contacts even more than money. To be honest with you, and as at now, I still love contacts more than money. Do you know why? Contact has given me
Money.
money. It has taken me to places that even if I had money, Nathaniel Quaye, I wouldn't have been.
Wow.
So probably I know somebody also knows somebody. So you see with that,
You know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody.
exactly. So from there,
Link.
exactly. So I love link up. We say link up, I'll be there some. Unless if I don't have money, that one there, fine. On the more serious note, we say link up. Because so I think during COVID time things were slow because of the COVID-19, and
Okay.
people were complaining COVID-19 was bad. It was helping me because I was doing advertisements. At least 30 cities. Me, and this can be bro. The later I get to know.
So it's not about the money, it's about the job, the passion for the work.
Yes, and you see, when you are doing somebody's job, do it as if it is
yours.
It's your own. So when the person gets results, automatically
It affects you.
it affects you generally. And if it goes well for the person will also recommend, oh, this guy, oh, I know him. Oh, this guy, he can do it for you.
Okay.
You understand? So that has been it.
Wow.
So when COVID-19 came, so I think even before that, I was through a blogger, but I didn't know anybody. I didn't know like bloggers.
So what happened to Amel?
So by then, no, I was a blogger, but I didn't even meet Amel Debra.
Okay.
So I think I made a post somewhere, like I think 2020, and he came to clap for me, like he felt at least he had actually impacted in me.
Sure.
So I met Amel Debra, funny enough, somewhere I think last year at class 223.
Okay.
Class 223. Yeah, so there was a comedy show going on. I think hosted by Dr. Sass.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, I was at the top because so you see when with the comedy with the blogging, from the beginning I chose comedy. I was more into the comedy space because we all have to find where people would recognize us. A lot of people are doing entertainment.
Sure.
A lot of people are doing so many
Everybody's
trends.
into entertainment.
So me, I was like, okay, fine. What can I do for people to also recognize me? So I started with comedy, and I was with the comedians. Comedians know me, bam. Comedians, like even if not so much, at least I know.
So you are more like a comic blogger.
Yes, that was what I started with. So when they give me their stuff, I post, I share, I post, I share. So when he was, Dr. Sass was doing his program, he invited me. So I went there and I got the pass, I went there. So I was with the comedians up there and I saw Amel Debra sitting down, also and just like, no, I can't let this slip off.
I have to meet my boss.
I have to meet him. So the funny thing is, now I was managing an artist, which was a comedian. So there were two comedians.
Okay.
So I moved to the table, like I remember I was sitting to the front, I was like, can I sit? He's like, oh yeah, you can sit. I was like, okay, my name is so and so and so. At this time, you did A, B, and T for me. They're like, oh really? So by then I had already posted, so he saw the poster. So you are the one, so like, okay, can I have your number? So, oh yeah, you can have my number. So we sat at the same table. Anybody comes, that will see my number, also see me some. And the funny thing is,
Contact building.
exactly. The funny thing is, my comedians that was managing by then, Mila Greg and Eddie Bongos, they also came to join the table.
Okay.
So we were there.
So it's not like a full table.
Exactly, we were there having fun. To me, that has been my greatest opportunity.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, table stand. That was was it this year? This year, I think we actually did laugh it off with Parrot Math.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I also
that was also a very great show.
great show, by Parrot Math.
Yeah.
So by then, I also gave Amel Debra a job,
Okay.
and he was paid.
Wow.
He was also paid because, like, we had the Parrot Math show, we had wanted to actually put a bigger blogger on.
Okay.
I wanted to put a bigger blogger on, at least so he'll be sharing. So I contacted few bloggers, and I think Deborah responded very fast. So by then I was even having his number. So because of
that one, yes.
because of I met him, so so I called him. I was like, okay, no problem. So I told him, he told me, okay, so this is how it will go. This is how it will go. He was okay, no problem. So how much? He mentioned this amount we afforded and we paid. And one thing I love about Deborah is that when we paid him, he didn't stress us. You see, some people, some bigger bloggers, you pay them. When it's time to work,
you have to chase them.
Exactly. And I give him a video to post. Sometimes he might not be, but when he comes online, he sees the video. By the time I realize it's on air.
It's already posted.
Like, I really love his work, so I also took it. In fact, being professional is one of the best things. So I want to be like Deborah.
Wow.
But I'm not limiting myself to Deborah alone. I'm a combination of Deborah, Kobbyjay, and Zion Felix. Both.
These
three. Because they are one of the great bloggers we have.
Sure.
But me and my type, I pick good from people. Okay, after this is a positive trait, I need to pick. Deborah is very reserved. So if you know me, very reserved.
Yeah.
Kobbyjay is
that's why I started with a gentleman. Very reserved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kobbyjay looks professional. All the time he's in professional,
Okay, so that's where it's from.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Wow.
You see Zion Felix always there with the people down there. You always see me down there because see nothing as I say. So that is my mentality. I always pick positive things. Okay, I think this guy is doing something good, so let me pick it. This guy is speaking something good, and I always say to myself, if I've had a chance to interview Zion Felix before,
okay,
and that one somebody even connected me, and I go to
the connection.
You see, Kobbyjay connection, and I also had his number, so I have the numbers of all these three people. As I said,
wow.
So I always see Kobbyjay's status. So anytime I see, okay, if Kobbyjay can do it, me,
I can do it.
I can do it, but it is just a matter of time.
Sure.
If we are the level of we do now, you have to build yourself.
Sure.
You see, it is not a competition.
It will take time.
It will take time. It will get there. So I have a hashtag. I have two hashtags. Call me Mr. Gentleman, and it will make sense at the end. It's not now. Now you not see the picture.
Wow.
You not see the picture.
So it will make sense
at the end.
So polish till shine.
You're trying to call
that's Kobbyjay.
Exactly.
Till shine.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Exactly.
But let's move on, bro. How would you describe blogging?
Well,
in Ghana.
So let me even explain blogging. Blogging is more or less like posting or putting up a write-up and actually publishing on a website. Generally, publishing on a website, and we have those who actually do video are vloggers.
Yeah.
Publishing so generally, you see, it's sometimes it's a bit confusing because everybody is doing blogging. Generally in Ghana, everybody think, okay, if I have my phone, yes, it is true. When you have your phone and you actually tend to actually publish something, or even when you even publish a news content on Facebook, is also blogging.
Sure.
Generally, yes. But the most important thing is the content. The most important thing is the content you tend to post. We know of a cliche, they say negative news sells more. So blogging are most of us is our source of income. Mm-hmm. So automatically, if I post something that wouldn't generate income, why don't I post something that would actually generate income?
Sure.
And our work is more or less like the traffic. The more traffic you post, or the more things you post, and you're able to generate traffic, that's when
more something comes to you.
Okay. So basically, that is the what people think blogging is. But to me personally, I think, okay, I have my own personal rules because where I'm coming from, morals, discipline, so I know what I want, and probably the people I actually learn from, there are people who are positive people.
Okay.
When you look at Deborah, positive content. Kobbyjay, positive content. Zion Felix, he's doing so well. You understand? So these people are doing so much. I feel okay, personally to me, if I want to be a blogger, then I should be positive.
Okay.
If you should note what I do, I don't post maybe a lady with bikini. I don't do news. I'm very critical. Sometimes when it is like, you know, something you need to post, you're okay, fine. But I'm very critical.
But that's all come and movie.
Oh, patron.
So big shout out to my brother, the slave blogger, Precious Slave. Wherever you are, big shout out to you. Charlie, how you doing? I believe everything is going well. As I can't say make you.
In fact, let me even use this opportunity to thank Precious Slave.
Okay.
I missed a point. I told you, sir, when I was like during the lockdown, I didn't know a lot of bloggers. It was actually Precious Slave who actually took me to events.
Yeah, because at a point in time I saw him posting and answer
Yes. It was Preciously I met and I was like, oh, you're doing so well. So actually he pushed me to, I think, Corner Radio. So from Corner Radio, he had an event somewhere at Reggie Rock Stones, somewhere around Reggie Rock Stones. He took me, he paid my TNT.
Oh wow.
You know, he even sorted me out. Like he was the one. So I think from there we go, oh, this is an assistant, he's a blogger. This is so he took me, I think, 2 or 3 shows where I also linked up with other bloggers. So big out to Preciously. I'll say he was the one who even introduced me to the bloggers, to meet people, I think, who are doing my kind of work, because I think I met you. You've given me.
Though Deborah gave you the opener.
Yeah, Preciously also
he did the work.
Yes, let me say yes, he did the work, because as you say, you have this under your pillow or in your room. Nobody
sees it.
But if somebody holds your hand, holds your hand.
It's normal. Yeah, you know, it's okay. Let me read my comments. From where we come, you know, where we come from, it's normal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think he held my hand, took me to places.
Okay.
When the time we meet a blogger, I said, oh, they meet Nathaniel Quaye.
Yeah.
He's a blogger, and from the beginning, contact quickly, take your number.
Sure.
Then we link up. Quickly, so I have like 35.
So I remember when Preciously called me, he was like, Charlie Kobby, I have my boy Bio. I was like, who is that nonsense? I was like, what's up with him? He's a blogger, he's in the industry, he's new. I was like, whoa, new? These people, they are not new, don't mind them, they are not, they are hidden. It was like, oh, he's new, I know him. I was like, okay, fine, Charlie, bring him on board.
Exactly.
So I think that's where we met at if I won't lie, AFSA, African Youth Showbiz Awards, the first edition.
Awards on there.
Yeah, I think one of the
awards. Yeah,
myself, yours truly, Praise,
yes,
Derek Money, Mistake,
yes,
the whole team was there.
Yes.
So I think that was the first time we met.
Yes. So I met couple of people, from there. So I go to learn, okay, so there are a lot of people actually doing so well. So automatically I tend to follow everybody. If you know me, I follow everybody. Sure. If anybody drops a content, I go, what is it? If it is comment, I comment. Yeah. If it is share, I share. Yeah. Because
you're doing really good on that side. Yeah.
You see, somebody took your hand. So if you also have the opportunity, help people. See, the sky is too big to accommodate all of us. See, it is good. Some people would take the lead, others would follow. But when others are clapping, when others are doing so well, clap for them. It will get a time when people will also clap for you.
Still on my question, your definition for blogging in Ghana?
Yeah, so I think blogging in Ghana has become like the trends.
Okay.
The content in which people actually they are supposed to educate is more or less like having a negative influence on people.
Okay.
But for me, I feel it is very important whatever we post out there should be problem solving articles.
I think the advice session will come.
Okay.
The advice session.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So has the industry helped you?
Well,
ever since you started.
Industry is made up of people.
Yeah.
So I think that the people have helped me. You are one of the people, and you brought me here. So it is also help. You understand? So I'll think, say, see, whatever you see me do, it's not because I'm too good, but it's because somebody recommended me.
Alright.
And it is the industry.
Alright.
So I think the industry has been good to me. It has been good. It has done so much for me. And giving it out, hey, why not?
The journey has not been a smooth one, of course.
Exactly.
Let's look at what's happening currently in Ghana. Terrorism attack news, robbery cases, flooding. What do you have to say to the government? You being a media personnel, what can you say to the government or our leaders, especially looking at these things? Flooding recently, Kaswa to Accra, Charlie
Probably.
bad. Kaneshi, Dasuman, Circle, poor. And the president recently made a comment that due to our of living, attitude now change. He is not going to waste taxpayers' money to do these things, because once we live right, all these things are going to be fixed. The national security has also come to announce terrorism attacks and the robbery cases day in day out, police stations and stuff. What can you say to our leaders?
So I'll first of all address this issue to the people.
Okay.
I somehow agree with the people. I agree with what the president said.
Okay.
It is up to us.
All right.
It is up to us, because see, it is true. I have lived at places where people, anytime it is raining, that's where they want to dispose their garbage.
If you're a Ghanaian, definitely you should know this.
We live in a country where even if they put a basket to place rubbish inside, someone come and steal it. See, it's quite, but see, it is our attitude. See, I was discussing this with someone.
All right.
Ghanaians are the most law-abiding citizens when they travel outside.
Yeah.
Because they know the rules and regulations work out there. So when they go out there, they don't want to have any issues with them. So they do so well not to get into trouble. But why is that when they come here, they tend to frustrate the system? It is up to us. If we want things to change, we should have a mentality of change. And also, secondly, it is up to the government to do things that would favor the people, because we are the reasons why they are there. With the issue of terrorism, you see, I'll first of all commend the national securities, the police, and all the security agencies who are doing so well for the country to actually be stable. And we find ourselves among French countries actually as our neighbors, and we've seen series of coup,
what's happening
in certain countries. So I think the recent rise in this, first of all, let me tackle armed robbery, is maybe I can't tell, but I feel the actual Ghanaian, the real Ghanaian, or we being Ghanaian, we used to love, we tend to actually accept people, but what has changed? What has changed? Is it the system that has changed us? Assuming probably there's hardship, people would be doing things for money. What has changed? Is it because people love money more than they love humans? What has changed? Is it that there are things that we are doing wrong? So I feel it's something we need to look at critically. Those days there were armed robbery cases, but I think we've had series of coup. I was told during run-ins, if you're an armed robber, they catch you. You instant. It's like, see, so people were even afraid to even go into robbery. But here, what we see, even our security of them are even.
Let's not hit that angle.
You see,
let's not hit that angle.
So I think, it is still up to us.
Okay.
Because if you want to solve these things, it takes a person to have a renewal of mind. So what I am going to do, is it going to, there's our sense of patriotism is lost. Because if you love your country, why would I kill you? why will I do this to the country? If I love my country as a politician, why will I actually write a lot of zeros and actually put them up, in my offshore accounts? If I love my country as I say, why will I do things that will actually bring people to shame?
Sure.
It's up to us. So everything that we do, it is our fault. Whether politician, religious, everything that has to do with people.
Okay.
And if the people does not have a renewal of mind, a sense of change, there are even worse things that would even happen.
Okay.
But we are praying that things like those doesn't happen to us. Because we've seen the lives of Sierra Leone. We have seen other people going through civil wars, coups, and things were not the same as it had been.
Sure.
So we don't want things to be done that way. So we are pleading that the right things are supposed to be done by the right people and at the right time.
For the right people.
Exactly.
All right. So this is the Kobbyjay show, and then so soon we are coming to the end of the show. But you can't come to the show and leave just the way you came. This is the fun side of the show, and as I said earlier on, I'm here with Nathaniel Quaye. And so at this point, all you are supposed to do is to choose a number from 1 to 20. So this is the fun side of the 1 to 20. You choose a number, and then there is something there for you to do. So you choose a number, and then you take it from there.
17 is in my head.
17.
I don't know. Wow, 17.
What do we have on 17?
17.
Okay, so I think this is quite simple.
Yes.
What's your take on the effect of social media on the youth?
Yeah, effects. Effects are, I would say, positive and I would say negative.
Okay.
Positively, it has created jobs.
Okay.
Like some of us, that's our source of income. Social media is actually releasing stress because the Ghanaian, a lot of people are going through stress.
Okay.
So we see people, going through funny, content, actually, and also social media has also been a medium where we have discovered people.
Okay.
Like probably it could be musicians, it could be things that probably might have happened somewhere, and through social media would have also discovered them. And social media has also been a means of positive change, and has also changed lives of people. Recently, we saw the man that actually, probably the woman that actually lost her 8,000, and exactly. If not social media, his life wouldn't have changed.
Okay.
And I think social media has actually created jobs, and social media has had let me say positive impact on the lives of us as Ghanaians, because look, like in terms of communication, even on social media, who knows, maybe I might have not even have met you.
Sure.
I might have not actually met someone.
Okay.
And means of communication has made it so easier, so simple. Negatively, I would say it has actually influenced people badly, in the sense that it has has to do with people see what people are doing negatively, and they tend to copy because they think, okay, it's a lifestyle. Exactly. Let me see, bloggers are people, they actually post certain things, and probably you may not know who is watching, because social media has become so easy accessible, especially Facebook. Children who probably might are not matured,
18 and below,
probably may have access to it, and they may think, oh, okay, so far this person is doing it automatically, I can also do it. You understand? So these are things I would say that social media has contributed to. The negative, people will say the negative is more than the positive, but I think it has done more good, especially if you are looking at the positive side. It's more avenue for greater things.
All right, so it's more avenue for greater things. Now, Nathaniel, you've already done some couple of shout outs. Let's do 3 shout outs.
Okay, so first
and then your final words, and then we wrap up.
Okay, so shout out, okay, my boss, Mistake, Romras. Secondly, I'll say big shout out to all bloggers. All bloggers.
Right.
And I'll say, hey, we are doing so well, so recommend us to people. And my last shout out goes to my family, loved ones, even people who don't know me.
Sure.
Still big shout out, and also to your fans and to your audience. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, bro. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
It's been a wonderful show here with Nathaniel Quaye, and I believe you've learned something about him and then the blogging industry in general. This is where time will permit us to bring the show to an end. Catch us same time next week. The name is Kobbyjay, and a big thanks to everyone who supported Wisdom Media College, Lovers of Christ Baptist Church, AHUSHES Trading, and then to the whole crew. Thank you so very much. Today, my cameraman has been my one and only champion driver, Emmanuel Tamati. God bless you so much, bro. The name once again is Kobbyjay, and this is the Kobbyjay Show. See you same time next week. Bye.
Finally, Essex is here, the first African consolidated exchange.
Your one-stop shop for all tradable instruments
like forex,
crypto,
Innocent,
stocks, and commodities, especially those of African descent among others.
Exchange built by TE Markets is said to be a pan-African multi-asset platform that will allow people to buy and sell stocks, bonds, forex, cryptocurrencies and commodities. Using the XTEM coins, TE Markets cryptocurrency, traders will use it to transact on the platform.
We have our own coin, the TEM coin, that is the main medium of exchange on our platform. And so you've seen cryptoization going on, massive adoption going on around the world.
Well, let's practicalize, what exactly is in for a small entrepreneur with a disposable income of, let's say, $50 to $150, dollars. What are the options of making money on the AHUSHES platform?
Well, the many options, I can even off the cuff just mention about 10. They're just so numerous of them. But one obvious one is that someone with that kind of capital, they need to be able to go and invest in the companies that and projects that are going to be listed on the AHUSHES. All right. Now, as you know, there's both a bit of risk and a great opportunity in investing in.
Do you want to be a media personnel or be in the media fraternity? Is it journalism, production, or sound engineering you want to study? If yes, then join Wisdom Media College today. At Wisdom Media College, we teach you journalism, under which you study news writing, news show hosting, program drafting, show production, DJing, and more. We also teach you production courses such as camera handling, photo capturing, editing both photos and videos, flyer making, and more. We don't just let it end there, but we also have a special class for music lovers, that's sound engineering and all you need to know about music and sound. Locate our office inside Kasua Amman from Brotherly Last Stop or contact us today on 024-894-1292, 024-894-1292 or 050-429-9864, 050-429-9864, and be a part of this great school in a way of heading to your dream of joining the media family. Wisdom Media College, where excellence begins.